The Florida Gators are continuing to build momentum on the recruiting trail. Kekua Amua, the Rhino, is a Florida Gator.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Locked On Gators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Also, how perfect was this timing? I literally just finished recording tomorrow's episode of Locked On Gators. And then Kekua Amua commits to the Florida Gators. And I will say a couple of things about this, all right? I am very happy that Kekua Amua committed to the Florida Gators. I think that Florida might be looking into taking 3 tight ends in this class, if possible. And I'm happy Kekua is one of them. The Rhino, I love it. I think it's great. He had a couple visits set up with this BYU and then Washington, but those are probably going to be canceled. I'm assuming. Again, my general take on recruiting has just been when kids commit, they are usually canceling their visits afterward. And if they reschedule them, they reschedule them. But Kekua Amua, look, I'm a fan, right? Look, 6'6", 257. If I tell you we got a tight end that's 6'6", 257, he's going to do 2 things, right? He is going to pummel defenders as a blocker, and he is going to hammer defenders as a receiver. And Kekua Amua is going to have a damn good time. Like, this is the one we're talking about. Hayden Hansen, Caleb Rillos, Micah Jones, and Kekua Amua. That's that role. That's the inline blocking guy. That's who they're bringing in. And they run a ton of 2 tight end sets. And that's the thing. First off, I don't give a damn what there's 35 of you in here right now. Yeah, 35 of you in here right now. Sorry, I had to check with the shades. I don't give a damn what any one of you thinks. I'm loving 12 personnel. And Kekua Amua is someone that's going to beat the crap out of people. And I love to see it, right? I understand also, that people think about Florida as, not really going to throw to the tight ends, so it doesn't matter to get a big name. You need people that are going to punish defenders. And Kekua Amua does that. IMG kid, he's from Hawaii, but goes to IMG, and Florida is continuing to, I don't even want to say continuing to establish a pipeline, continuing to assert themselves on IMG Academy kids right now. Janari Carr last week, who, by the way, Janari Carr tweeted IMG to Florida. So you got that. Kekua Amua commits tonight, and I'm loving it. We just did the scouting reports for the other 3, or the most recent 3 commits, so we will talk about Kekua Amua another day. We'll do it on the main show. But Kekua Amua committing to Florida, I love it. I think he's a damn good player. I'm a big fan of adding inline blocking tight ends. And so at 6'6", 257, you're going to be in line, you're going to be blocking, and you're going to be beating the crap out of people, which is my favorite thing to watch a tight end do. I don't even remember if I said he committed to Florida over North Carolina. He was there. He was at North Carolina last week for an OV. He was at Florida this past weekend for an OV. Was supposed to be at BYU this coming weekend. Was supposed to be at Washington the next weekend. But again, like I said, what's up, JLB? Like I said, I do think that those visits are going to get canceled. And then if they get rescheduled, they get rescheduled. But a lot of these kids seem to be, when they commit, they shut it down. They cancel their visits that are impending, and then they go ahead and they reschedule them if they're going to reschedule them. But also, I don't know if that's going to happen, because while Kekua Amua is from Hawaii and he was being recruited by Washington, the graphic by Hayes Fawcett said over Cal as well. BYU very big Polynesian community there. But he's also someone who is at IMG. So he's used to Florida. He's been in Florida. He's been in the state. He's been working there. And he adds to this 2026 recruiting class that has been shaping up nicely. And, I recorded with Brian Smith last night. And he was like, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Florida's at, yes, Rob Little, we are almost at 8,000 subscribers. We'll be there soon. If I can get to like 8,500 by the time we're at the season or close to the season, I'll be, or we'll say by week 3, because I don't think we're going to get much hype from the first 2 games. But I'll be very happy with that. But I was talking with Brian Smith yesterday on the Portal podcast, and he was like, oh, I think Florida might be at, 12 commits by the time July 5th rolls around, when all those commitment dates are set. And I was like, it's going to be higher. It is. I think Florida genuinely might be at 16-ish by the time we get there. I think this is going to be a really fun June. This is going to be a really fun July, or at least the first few days. Like I said, I've got to get all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out, and I'm pushing it until after those first few days of July, so that we can cover this recruiting process. It's going to be sick. Dare Clavier, damn it, Dare Clavier Spieler. I'm trying to do it quickly. Said predicted 8,000 by the end of June, but he will be at 8,000 hopefully by the end of this week. I will say that. Kekua Amua is a 3-star tight end by everybody except ESPN. He's completely unranked. He's a 3-star on 3, 50th tight end in the country, 3-star on 24/7, 32nd tight end in the country, and a 3-star on Rivals, the 37th tight end in the country. And I don't know if he's going to climb. I've had this gripe with these recruiting services, which again, I don't really care how they feel about it. But I've had this gripe with recruiting services where they don't know how to evaluate inline tight ends. They don't. With tight ends, they're just like, oh, are you a great pass catcher? Then you're a great tight end to us. It's like, that's not what tight end is. Tight end is an incredibly versatile role in every offense. I think Kekua Amua can contribute to all of it. And I think that I don't think he's going to be an early player. That's never going to be a thing I'm saying about tight ends under Billy Napier. Because again, this offense, even if there's a different play caller, whatever it is at any point in his tenure, it's still going to be a really complex position for tight ends. And like we've had Hayden Hansen starting tight end on the show a lot. And he said, we call it the figure it out position, because you're going to need time. You're going to need time to figure it out. And you're probably not going to play as a freshman, because you're going to need that time to figure out the playbook, to learn. Think about it. Hayden didn't touch the field as a true freshman. Took over as a redshirt freshman for the entire season. He took over a halftime of the first game. It's a tough position to figure out. It's a damn difficult position to figure out. And Florida has landed their Rhino. I love it when a kid has a sick nickname. Rhino? Whew. Oh, man. I hope he gores someone. Need to see that. I don't know if that's going to be flagged for saying gore, but I just said it twice, so we'll see. We are going to talk about the chat. I see you all popping off. I see you talking. We'll talk to the chat when we get back with this live commit episode of Locked On Gators. You ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all of my money go? Well, between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's pretty easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. And Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, all of your investments, and all of your spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and you start building your wealth. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONCollege for half off your first year. Thanks again for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day. Every day we are available daily and free, whether it's in the podcast and on YouTube. And I am always happy to be here talking about a commit. I am Brandon Olsen, your host, lifelong Florida Gators fan. Going to be 30 this year, so going to be a long time. Saw some success, saw some not so much success. If I unsub and keep resubbing, does it get you to 8K? It does not. It does not. It just keeps whatever number you unsub and then sub back to, that's where it keeps you. But I'll tell you, if you got a friend that's a Florida Gator fan, let them know about Locked On Gators. I'm telling you, I almost threw a curse that I'm not allowed to say on the show. But if you got a friend that's a Florida Gator fan, you throw them the Locked On Gators because it's the best damn show out here. We're going to keep being the best. We're going to keep being better. We got a lot of big things planned this year for you. But Kekua Amua has committed to the Florida Gators. Harrison Sanchez, we are winning. Cue Chef Billy in the kitchen again. Again, the dude loves cook. Call him Gordon Ramsay, which, by the way, Secret Service is the craziest show concept I've ever seen. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous, and I love watching it. It's absurd. Ryan Tooper, welcome back, Ryan. I know you mentioned, you haven't been here for many live shows lately, but we're back. We're back here. And I do think that we're going to start implementing live shows as part of a regularly scheduled program here with Locked On Gators, because why not, right? It's fun. Rob Little's here. What's up? We got Tony here, Zach Fink. We got the whole family here again. This is another time where, just yesterday we were talking about having all the OGs back in here. We got the OGs back again here. Harrison said, sounds like Hayden's size. So here's the thing. Kekua Amua at 6'6", 257 is roughly the size Hayden Hansen was when he got on campus for the Florida Gators prior to the 2022 season. I'm going to see if I can pull up the roster here and see his historical size, because that is a cool thing that they have on the roster page, which if you haven't seen that, you should, because again, it's really cool to see how people change over time. When Hayden arrived on campus in 2022, he was 6'6", 256. When he was a redshirt freshman, he was 6'6", 265. Okay, so that was 2023. He was 6'6", 265. 2024, redshirt sophomore, 6'7 3/4, 267 pounds. And now he's 6'7 3/4, 271 pounds. So size-wise, very similar size to Hayden Hansen when he committed. And I don't expect that growth. I don't think you should project that growth. But yeah, as far as a recruit where they stand, very similar to Hayden Hansen's size. Ryan Tooper said 13 personnel with a potential 300-pound tight end. Look, I'm a big fan of 13 personnel as well. Get the tight ends on the field. Let them make plays. Let them help you make plays and go win some football games. Who's next? I'll zip that and I'll throw that away. I will say that yesterday we talked about who was next in the insider program with by the way, join subtext.com/LockedOnGators. We talked about who's next, and I named 3 people that I thought would be the most likely next 3 commits. And they were Justin Williams was in there. Chancellor Campbell was in there. And Kekua Amua was in there. So this was the next projected commit. And I feel like we're not going to get one tomorrow. I don't think they're done for the week. I'll say that. They're not done for the week from what I've been told. But yeah, Florida's got some things going on. King T'Challa is here. What's good? Go Gators. Always go Gators. What's up, T'Challa? I'm not going to culturally appropriate anything. I predicted 8,000 by the end of June. Blue chip Billy stay cooking. Kekua's flow is beautiful. And I need to get him on the show. I need to get Kekua Amua on the show. We need to get the next in-line tight end here. Chomp chomp, go hit the like button. Yeah, go hit the like button, subscribe, comment, do whatever it is you want to do. Robert M said, what's up, Brandon? What's up, Robert? Just got another commit. You know how it goes. Cooking on the trail. That's how it goes sometimes. And for Florida, pretty damn successful. Love seeing it go. Our freshman Crossman is nice. He is. He's just more of the flexed out guy. So that's why I didn't include any of the other flex options there or the guys that I project to play more of a flex role. But yeah, no, he is underrated. Loudy, Harrison said Loudy. I'm assuming that's at Hayden Hansen's size change. Because, like, look, a guy adding, 15 pounds? Yeah, 15 pounds of muscle. Not really. So, and it's muscle. You look at the dude, like, you look at the picture of him running with, there's Lagway and there was one other player in there. You look at the picture of him running, and his legs are just insane, just defined as hell. So that's not the surprising thing. But growing almost 2 inches in height is the surprising thing. So yeah, Hayden's size transformation has been insane. Willie Peterson said, let Billy cook, my friend. I'm letting him cook. Hey, I dig the evaluations. I've never had an issue with the tight end evals that they've had so far, and I still don't. Big man, can't wait to watch him back on the channel for the fall. Yeah, Hayden, that's Ryan Tooper was talking about Hayden there. Hayden, We haven't officially locked it in, but we have had many conversations about it, and I am expecting to have Hayden back this fall again. It's gonna be big. Gonna be year 4 with him, so that'll be huge. There go the shades. There we go, Kenny Roberts. I want to call you Kenny Rogers every time. That boy's huge. Yeah, he's a monster, just an absolute tank. And I'll tell you what, we got a tank. We got a Rhino now and Kekua Amua, and the Florida Gators tight ends again. This side, like I know they're not a poppy tight end room. No one's saying that they are, but they're a damn good one at that. And so the Florida Gators building 2026 class is building. They're getting better, and we're going to be here every step of the way. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free, wherever it's in the podcast and on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow, talk Florida Gators recruiting as well again. As always, I'm Brandon Olsen. Thanks for making us your first listen of the day every day. You're available daily and free, wherever it's in the podcast, and I will see you all next time.